Welcome. My name is Donald Baker. I serve as past chair of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University. On behalf of the board, it is my pleasure to welcome you to CGU's 90th Annual Commencement. If the audience would please stand, I would like to call upon the Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities, Patrick Mason, to give the invocation.
We're gathered here today to commemorate and celebrate this tremendous achievement. Let us offer thanks to those who have made it possible for us to be here. Let us offer thanks to the students who have worked so hard in the pursuit of knowledge. Let us offer thanks to the faculty who have applied their expertise in the training and mentoring of students. Let us offer thanks to the parents and grandparents and spouses and siblings and children who supported the students along the way. Now, as we go forth, let us offer our knowledge in the service of our communities, of our nation, and the world. Let us offer our knowledge in the service of the benefit of all humankind, that we may achieve a world of greater justice and peace and compassion. Now let us celebrate today in kinship and friendship and go forward to serve the world. We offer this in the name of all that is good and true and beautiful. Thank you.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce the interim president of Claremont Graduate University, Jacob Adams, who will conduct the commencement ceremony.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Everyone, please sit down. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and students of Claremont Graduate University, it is my pleasure to welcome the candidates we honor today as the graduating class of 2017. It is exciting to be here with you today, and it's a particular pleasure to welcome your families and friends. There is no prouder day for a president, a provost, faculty advisor, or support staff than commencement, when we celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduating students. With your graduate degrees, you represent the power and potential of intellect, passion, and discipline to advance knowledge and improve the world. Congratulations from all of us who have supported you in this journey and who applaud and support your hopes today. One more time. As we get underway, I want to acknowledge the platform party, which includes Claremont Graduate University's trustees, deans and directors, faculty, and senior staff who are listed in the commencement program. We are here today in part because of their contributions to making this university the outstanding research and learning environment that brought you to this special moment. I also wish to recognize our honored guests, whom you will meet later in the ceremony. Stephen Koblik, Lisa Seacat DeLuca, Barbara Semans, and Oliver Semans. These exceptional individuals are well known for their many accomplishments. They stand as a beacon for those who want to understand better how the world works and to use that knowledge to make the world a better place. I am delighted that they are with us today. At the end of today's ceremony, those of you graduating will become members of CGU's alumni community. It is a distinguished group you join. For example, last night, Gloria Willingham-Touré and Jack Cuzick received CGU's Distinguished Alumni Awards. You may read in your programs about their outstanding contributions, and you will hear from them later during today's ceremony. Now it is time for a very special award and, frankly, a big surprise because the winner has no clue what's about to happen here. 17 years ago, Pamela Mullin and her children created the Pamela M. Mullin Dream and Believe Award with an endowment gift to the university. The award provides a generous stipend that enables a continuing doctoral student to follow his or her dream to make the world a better place. Tim and Becky Mullin will now present the Pamela M. Mullin Award on behalf of the Mullin family.
As some of you may know, this is the first year that my wife, Rebecca, and I have given this award on our own without my mother here. It's with mixed feelings that we accept this responsibility. It's sad because of my mother's knack for giving eloquent, heartfelt speeches about the emotional decision of choosing today's winner, yet somehow happy because we get to stand here and take the credit ourselves. When Rebecca and I reviewed the candidates, we both quickly came to the same conclusion. The winner showed the same perseverance that my mother did throughout her life and which inspired the Dream and Believe Award. I will turn it over to my wife, Rebecca, to announce the winner. And we would also like to present this award in loving memory of my sister, Courtney Mullin, who is one of the world's great dreamers.
Elwing Gonzalez, in recognition of your exceptional commitment to improving the well-being of all people, your belief in the power of education to transform lives, your ambition to foster a better understanding of the conflicts affecting local communities, your dream to leave a significant mark on this world, even as you touch the hearts of many people, and for the inspiration you provide to us all. Claremont Graduate University is pleased and honored to present you with the 2017 Pamela M. Mullin Dream and Believe Award, an award recognizing that dreams, in addition to learning, knowledge, and wisdom, truly matter.
I'm betting those won't be the only tears we see today. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Jack Cuzick, an individual of many talents who wears many hats. As a pioneering cancer researcher, as commander of the Order of the British Empire, so honored by Queen Elizabeth II, and as one of our own, a graduate of CGU's doctoral program in mathematics. For many years, Jack has served on the front lines of cancer research and prevention. He is today the director of the Wolfson Institute of Preventive Medicine and the head of the Center for Cancer Prevention, as well as the John Snow Professor of Epidemiology at Queen Mary, University of London. Honored graduates, family, friends, and guests, please join me in welcoming Jack Cuzick.
President Adams, trustees, distinguished graduates and their guests, I'm delighted to be back in Claremont to accept this wonderful award. I was graduated in the first class that did mathematics here in 1974, and it's great to see the place is still vibrant and live and kicking. Now, what can I actually say to a class of graduates that have done have so many different interests? Well, my own personal voyage has really been one of, I think, of discovery and trying to find the boundaries between different subjects, where I think most of the action is. Personally, I started off as a mathematician, was trained in mathematics here. I became a professor at Columbia and Oxford before I then really took up medical things. The reasons for that are really complicated. I won't go into all of those. But I've always found that the excitement and the place to be is between the boundary of two subjects. And the boundary between medicine and mathematics is very much clinical trials, learning how to evaluate whether new treatments work. And then a subsequent boundary that I spent most of my time in is recognizing that epidemiology tries to figure out what causes diseases, including cancer. Clinical trials are mostly focused on the treatment of those diseases. And the boundary, which nobody had really spent very much time on, is how do we prevent disease, and how do we find new treatments and approaches that will actually prevent cancer and other diseases. And this is a mixture of the mathematical skills of actually running clinical trials, plus the medical knowledge of knowing how to put these things together. And that's served me very, very well. We've continued to do new things, and I continue to be excited about that. One of our more recent discoveries, which I think is going to change things enormously, is one of the new approaches to cancer prevention. I think everybody knows the single most important thing to avoid to not get cancer. I'm sure everybody knows that. It's obviously avoiding smoking. But what's emerging now is the second most important thing, which probably nobody knows, is to take a low-dose aspirin for about 10 years between 50, 65, and 70. And the evidence from these trials, it's really quite interesting, is that these trials were mostly done to look at the role of low-dose aspirin on preventing heart disease, for which it is effective, and for which the trials showed clear answers in about 5 years. Nothing happens in terms of cancer in those first 5 years, but after that, there's a huge benefit that actually occurs. So by going back to those trials and looking at the long-term follow-up, we actually found that there's a 1/3 reduction in colorectal cancer, stomach cancer, and esophageal cancer, plus small benefits for breast, colon, and prostate cancer. If you put that all together, a simple low-dose aspirin can prevent 10% of all cancers, which is the second most important thing you can do. And I'm very excited about trying to make that something that everybody knows and does. My newest adventure, which I'm taking up at my age, is we're just setting up a center for the prevention of chronic neurologic diseases. This is Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, and all of these areas. Thank you. I'm pleased to see your excitement in this area. This is an area that's understudied. We know a lot about how to prevent heart disease now. We're learning about how to prevent cancer, but the challenge of our generation is to do something about Alzheimer's disease, other dementias, and Parkinson's disease. And we're just beginning that. It's a whole new area for me. I'm not a neurologist, so I've got a lot to learn, and I look forward to that. So my charge to you is your degree is a great start, but see that as the beginning. Go out and use that. In my particular field, I changed and took my mathematical skills and applied them to medicine. Find an area which is underdeveloped, that's a boundary between what you know and what you'd like to know, and go for that with all your heart. So best wishes to you all. I'm delighted to be here and back in Claremont, and all best wishes to you graduates. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, an individual who has spent a career working on the front lines in education. During 27 years in the Pomona Unified School District, Christana Walks Harper has served children, their families, and community in many roles, currently as the Associate Director for Pupil and Community Services. For Christana, the success of every child rests upon the power of community. That community encompasses each child's potential, each parent's advocacy, and each teacher's daily obligation to create high-quality classroom experiences. Among her many credentials, Christana holds a Master of Arts degree in education from CGU, and today we will confer upon her the Doctor of Philosophy degree in education. Please join me in welcoming Christana Walks Harper.
Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, and graduates. My mother was born 5 years after Claremont Graduate University celebrated its first commencement. She was the oldest of 4 siblings and lived with her parents in Guyana, South America. Her mother, my grandmother, became ill with what we would now describe as postpartum depression shortly after the birth of my mother's younger sister. The family unit disintegrated, and my grandmother took her 4 children back to live with her mother and an aunt in a one-room house. The family sank into abject poverty. The only source of income came from the items that my mother's aunt knitted and sold to tourists. During those days, school children were sent home to eat lunch. My mother recalls so many days when there was nothing to eat at home for breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner. She and her brothers and sister just walked back to school for the afternoon session. It was on one of those school days that a secretary noticed that they were hungry. She connected the family to a local food pantry, and although they were still poor, life got a little bit better. My mother was eventually able to earn a scholarship to a private girls' school in Guyana. This led to a scholarship at the University of Southern California, and later a fellowship here at Claremont Graduate School, as it was known at the time. My mother earned a master's degree in education and went on to teach and later became a principal. She also taught classes here at CGU in the teacher education program. My father also graduated from USC, earned his master's degree here at the School of Theology, and became a Presbyterian minister. We often say that education changes lives. In my family, education saved lives too. My mother and her siblings became citizens and have contributed to the strength of this great nation. We are immigrants, and as so many who have come before and since, we work hard and are proud of this country that we call home. We raise our children with a value system which at its core is about earning, not taking, and serving, not standing by. Immigrants are a significant part of the strength of this nation. And in these troubling times, all of us have a duty to lift up and encourage our young people who are working so hard for the education that can not only change their lives, but may indeed save their lives. Education also reaches forward. We celebrate this 90th commencement today, and in a few days, my mother will celebrate her 85th birthday. I know I'm in trouble for telling everyone how old she is. She was married for over 50 years to her loving husband and our amazing dad. We are 7 siblings, 17 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. All 7 siblings are college graduates, and 3 of us served our country in the military. 4 of us have master's degrees, and I am now the second one to be called doctor. All of our adult children are college educated, to include bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, medical doctor, and attorney. This is the American dream that calls so many to these United States. We, all of us, have an obligation to answer with empathy, understanding, courage, and respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristana. This morning, in the great traditions of the university, we confer honorary degrees upon 4 individuals whose achievements inspire and guide us. 3 of these individuals will receive the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, in recognition of their significant and lasting accomplishments in the areas of creativity and innovation. And one of these individuals will receive the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa in recognition of her significant and lasting accomplishments in the area of technological innovation. To present the honorary degree recipients is Professor Joshua Good, Chair of the Faculty.
Thank you, President Adams. By vote of the faculty of Claremont Graduate University and with the approval of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to present the following individuals for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. I present Stephen S. Koblik, Barbara R. Semans, and Oliver J. Semans Sr. For the degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa, I present Lisa Seacat DeLuca.
Thank you, Professor Good. We will now recognize these candidates individually. Past Board Chair Don Baker and Provost Patricia Easton will assist. Will Stephen Koblik please step forward for conferral of the honorary degree?
Stephen S. Koblik, for more than 4 decades, you have served as a steadfast guardian of humanity's highest aspirations in education, art, and culture. As a professor of history at Pomona College and at Claremont Graduate University, you taught and inspired generations of students. As dean of the faculty at Scripps College, you secured the highest standards of academic achievement. As president of Reed College, you tripled that school's endowment, empowered its community, and advanced the ideals and benefits of liberal education. For most, that record of achievement would be more than enough. But you accepted an additional role as president of the Huntington Library, Art Collections, and Botanical Gardens. And in that capacity, during your 15-year tenure, you led that institution into an era of prosperity and scholarly and popular enrichment. Stephen S. Koblik, because of your accomplishments and devotion to higher education, because each institution you shepherded grew and thrived, because your service to one of civilization's richest artistic heritages stands as a beacon for all those who follow. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with approval of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University, we confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Will Barbara and Oliver Semans please step forward for conferral of the honorary degrees?
Oliver and Barbara Semans, in our democracy, to cast a vote is to use one's voice. Together, you have expanded the voice of Native nations by protecting their right to vote. As co-executive directors of the organization Four Directions, you created a focus and developed a platform for voting rights from South and North Dakota to Montana, Nevada, North Carolina, Minnesota, and beyond. Four Directions takes its name from the Lakota culture's vision of life as a sacred circle. Your work helping Native communities to preserve their cultures, hence their futures, ensures that voting rights are a part of this sacred circle. As members of the Rosebud Sioux, your joint leadership in Native voter engagement started during the 2002 South Dakota U.S. Senate race, for which you received the 2003 Paul Wellstone Grassroots Award. Your work also includes OJ's many editorials and speaking engagements, his testimony before the National Commission on the Voting Rights Act, and his election as chair of the Coalition of Large Tribes. OJ and Barb Semans, because of your faithful efforts to ensure a voice for Native communities, because you found in each other the ideal partner to sustain this challenging journey, because of your success in court cases, such as Poor Bear v. Jackson County in South Dakota, Sanchez v. Sagaski in Nevada, and Wandering Medicine v. Linda McCullough Custer in Montana, because your work inspires CGU's graduates to make the world a better place. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University, we confer upon you the degrees of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Will Lisa Seacat DeLuca please step forward for conferral of the honorary degree?
Lisa Seacat DeLuca, you exemplify what is possible when individuals defy limits and pursue passions. At the age of 34, you have reached a major milestone at IBM, the 100th Invention Plateau Award, which IBM gives to honor its brightest innovators. You are one of the company's youngest inventors and its most prolific female inventor. Your patents and inventions include technologies ranging from cloud and mobile to commerce and IoT. What's more, your accomplishments as a technology strategist reach far beyond the walls of any one company. You found new audiences and shaped their thinking as a TED speaker, as the author of 2 children's books, and as one of Fast Company's 100 most creative people in business. You extended your influence as one of Network World's 50 most fascinating people in the world, as IBM's Working Mother of the Year, and as one of MIT's 35 Innovators Under 35, among other honors. Next month, you will be inducted into the Women in Technology Hall of Fame. Lisa Seacat DeLuca, because you shine a bright light of imagination on the fields of technology, because your work demonstrates the power of creative thinking coupled with technological fluency, because your work places technology in service to human needs and produces great social benefit, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University, we confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all of the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Congratulations, Doctors Koblik, Semans, and DeLuca. We now come to the time when we celebrate those members of our community who have completed their courses of study and other requirements to receive their degrees. To all of you graduating here today, I offer my wholehearted congratulations. To award the degrees you have earned, we shall proceed in the following way. First, we will present candidates for the degrees as a group and confer all the doctoral and master's degrees. Then we will ask each graduate to come forward to the stage to be recognized individually. May I ask Provost Easton to present the candidates for the various degrees.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Musical Arts and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present the candidates for the doctoral degree, the highest earned degree of Claremont Graduate University.
By granting you this degree, the university signifies its confidence that you have made an original and important contribution to human knowledge, and its hope that you will continue a life of scholarship with its many benefits to humankind. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University, it is my privilege to confer upon you the doctoral degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto, and to welcome you to the ancient and venerable community of scholars. Congratulations to all of you.
Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please be seated until we call you to come forward to be recognized individually? Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I present the candidates for the master's degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Claremont Graduate University, it is my privilege to confer upon you the appropriate master's degree with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations to you all.
Will the candidates for the master's degree please be seated until we call you to come forward to be recognized individually? At this time, we would like to honor the individual degree recipients. Will the faculty from the School of Educational Studies please come forward and be prepared to hood your students as they approach the podium? As the Marshal directs, will the candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Musical Arts please come forward to be recognized individually? A special note this year, husband and wife Drew and Jennifer Clickenbeard, both School of Educational Studies doctoral candidates, are graduating today. Jennifer's father, Marty Bonsang, is a CGU alumnus with a doctorate in education and currently a professor of mathematics at CSU Fullerton. Okay, I think we're ready. Manuel Diaz. Stephanie Renee Ankel. Megan Chen. Jennifer Klinkenbeard. Drew Klinkenbeard. Kevin Collins. Thomas de la Garza. Eric Dittweiler. Mireille Doan. Junket Domas. Delia Estrada. Maria Gadsden. Luis Hanero Garcia. Janice Nicole Gordon Ellis, sorry. Nancy Garonas. Oh, gotcha. Kim Hall. And look. Melinda Harriman. Rebecca Hopkins. Sean Johnson. Mona Kanashiro. Callista Kelly. Maritza Keppen. Lisha Longoria. Alejandro Benjamin Lopez. Stacy Ma. Jennifer Ann Jimenez Mariona. Deborah Marzing. David Martin. Congratulations. Gloria Montiel. Gina Nelson Newton. Jessica Ohanian Perez. Laura Lizette Quintana. Mandy Redfern. Paul Robinson. Penny Schwinn. Aisha Smith Thompson. Carol Stelino Smith. David Tarazone. Cassandra Villa. Louise Yoho. So information. Okay. Charles, I'm sorry, will the faculty of the Information Systems and Technology please come forward? Pardon? One more from the School of Educational Studies. Christiana Irma Alexander Walks Harper. Don't be shy. Charles Chad Taylor. Ala Sela Delfula Alhandian. Omar Ibrahim Abulala. Abdullah El-Gozon. Oleyan Al-Harbi. Mohammed Al-Sagir. Osama Al-Tamami. Abdul Karim Al-Sudais. Tae-Yin Chi. Quinn Leo. There will be. I don't think there's anybody. Who? Oh. Will faculty from the Drucker School please come forward? Well, I guess we better wait then. I said, I guess we better wait then. Christina Wassenaar. Will the faculty from the School of Community and Global Health please come forward? Hillary Tannenbaum. April Marino Ariano. Will the faculty from the Institute of Mathematical Sciences please come forward? Tina Michelle Wolf. Monira Alazari. Cameron Donero. Saravana Rahman. Will the faculty from the Behavioral and Organizational Sciences please come forward? Alejandro Torres. Silvana Villanlo-Shevitz. Margaret Burkhart. Elena Lirentis. Molly McGuire. Mario Navarro. Josh Villanova. Christine Weinkoff Duranzo. Will the Faculty of Politics and Economics please come forward? Dun Wook Lee. Isha Ahmed. Hatim Akel. Jordan Bradley. Thank you. Andrew Carrico. Peter Ted Gover. Hagi. John Hagiagi. Jinok Kang, sorry. Hatam Koj. Kenneth Kim. Abir Turki El Mandil. Jacob Mir. Nawapol Pinyo Anan Tapong. Isan Zulkarnian. Will the faculty of the School of Arts and Humanities please come forward? Matthew Schwartz. Are you DNA? Are you? No. No, wait. Bernice Brunius Alspash. Fidel Arnacillo. Adrian Benally. Maria Lenore Carina. Benjamin Conrad. Benjamin Cowan. Timothy DeLay. Tony Darien. Brennan Doyle. David Golding. Jason Hebert. Withers Grant Horner II. Pamela Hubble. I'm coming. You're doing this one? Stephen Hulbert. Juliana Kirschner. Christina Kester. Patricia Gayo Lopez Velasquez. Timothy Posada. Mary Powell. Martha Rapp. John Mark Robeck. Tonalyn Rutherford. Maureen Solsitz. Congratulations. William Andrew Schwartz. Donald Charles Smith. Matthew Thompson. Erica Travis. Marcus Weekly. Okay, good. C. Travis Webb. Billy Williams. Four more. Yes. Scott Anderson. Grayson Choi. Pardon? We will now recognize the recipients of the Master of Fine Arts degree. Megan Augustine. Dixie Lynn Boswell. Diana Camposano. Rachel Carson. Adrienne Devine. Zach Jew. Tony Larson. Denise Leong Liu. Li Tian Liu. Maya Luque. Alana Medina. Thomas Ian Mured. Laura Minty. Dakota Newt. You're not in it. You are in it. Rafaela Suarez. Laura Wild. Cha Yi Wu. Jenny Ziomek. These are masters.
Okay, so I can sit down.
The art faculty may be seated. At this time, we would like to honor the individual master's degree recipients. Will the chair of the faculty, Joshua Good, please come forward? When the marshal instructs you to do so, the candidates for the master's degree will please come forward to be recognized individually. Okay. Elena Renee Wachtel.
Cynthia Guevara.
Lee Liu.
Elizabeth Zambrano Herrera.
Amanda Rochan.
Catherine McGee.
Anwar Al-Hazmi.
Robin Fleming.
Kevin Cotton.
Guadalupe Munoz.
For master's degree. Rohan Sawant.
Brenda Perez.
Hadil Berahim.
Alice Disney Hulskamp.
Stephen Michael Yas Jr.
Jeremiah Hernandez.
Ming Ting.
Erica Samano.
Oran Yu.
Jason Chang.
Mora El Amari.
Theda Manasra.
Nora El Arabi.
Wesley Lamb.
Adil Al-Rewashayad.
Alexander Rektra.
Sabartha S.J.B. Rana.
Sandra Tapia.
Joshua Harvey.
Alyssa Leffridge.
Leonard Cruz.
Ruth Alvarez.
Hamad Al-Yaha.
Rebecca Reza.
Atem Al-Jahani.
Crystal Guevara.
Galit Al-Bawali.
Brittany Gutierrez.
Larissa Petruspour.
Adam Williams.
Ri Ji Yu.
Paige Sturgis.
Changran Wang. Thank you. Iris.
James Granger.
Iris Garcia.
Natalie Howard.
Viola Vaughn.
Andrea Kern.
Aaron Thon.
Diana Bustos.
Christy Tan.
Trisha Morgan.
Amar Fukori.
Carolina Rodriguez.
Leon Mikal.
Annette Girion.
Vermarit Randula.
Jessica Itzel Valenzuela Ramirez.
Skylar Hansen.
Xiaoyan Chen.
Jacqueline Samano.
Michael Van Hartingsveld.
Dimitriana Ufuri.
John Machado.
Xiaoman Lei.
Leslie Matamoros.
Patrick Manudu.
Rebecca Ackley.
Sion Ilhafanafi.
Deborah Cantwell.
Neil Morte.
Estelle Campbell.
Bianca Martinez.
Deborah Reed.
Jesus Marcus.
Hasmin Morales.
Michael Kemp.
Winona Bechtel.
Ashley Johnson Engels.
Michael Fritzen.
Piper Watkins.
Inez Familiar Miller.
Larissa Galvez.
Dongxi She.
Jason Hiller.
Jingshu Hongye. Jing. Mu Tong.
Christina Estrella Lemus.
E. Yu.
Hannah Blythe.
Yuqing Shen.
Nicole Crook.
Lisa Castillo.
Sophia Collin.
James Pike.
Sarah Chetney.
James Chu.
Leona Chen.
Christina Martins.
Ricardo Aponte.
Titina Foliero.
Edward Sermon.
Maurice Yu.
Andrew Kravig.
Russell Ragsdale.
Hillary Bloom.
Soichiro Inagaki.
Rachel Wilson.
Deepananthan Dhanasekaran.
Anita Bishop.
Wenting Zhuang.
Jasmine Cunningham.
Jing Shu.
Ashley Cull.
Yiping Lang.
Robert McLeod.
Alexandra Ramirez.
Grayson Huff.
Kevin Mancia.
Robert Sullivan.
Shuang Wu.
Bridget Winifred O'Reilly.
Gary Bookman.
Morgan Marindich.
Andrew Hoover Smith.
Kathleen Dahl.
John Ding.
Andrea Schimmel.
Yungfei Chow.
Rebecca Engel.
Jera Davis.
Jocelyn Courtney.
Ching Yang.
Annika Einsberg.
Nicole Yoshino.
Brianna Pizarro.
Suzanne Abelnasser.
Aaron Tucker.
Kazumasa Kodama.
Antoinette Monique Spillers.
Jay Yo.
Kawin Imantrako.
Poyen Kuo.
Yi Long Win.
Yungfan Zhou.
Victor Haynes.
Shi Kang.
Fred Ditzian.
Benzion Krugliak.
Trevor Mannion.
Shigeki Oki.
Ian Bryant.
Yanxi Zheng.
Nari Emerkanyan Bagasarian.
Ali Halakwi.
Xian O.
Kenjiro Namoto.
Viskarha J.
Shui Piao.
Casey Savage.
Wei Ti Wen.
Stephanie Reynolds.
Jessica Hartana.
Chanel Murphy.
Sarah Almadi.
Lillian Butt.
Jasmine Jimenez.
Connie Lowe.
Fada Aldaban.
Rochelle Webb.
Jiu Liu.
Apurva Rajan.
Anne Gagnon.
Megan Mansfield.
Hui Tsai.
Timothy Silva.
Matt Clark.
Angelica Bowers.
Evan Howard.
Kathleen Trong. Rakhi Pandwani.
Arish Naterwala.
Sherry Borders.
Naif Amansur.
Pamela Oritz.
Tamim Attar.
Emerald Trevino.
Lucian Sun.
Janet Dunlop.
Kensaku Honda.
Alice Yunhee An.
Sophia Speeder.
Sophia Khan.
Meng Ren.
Nisha Dulat.
Elaine Yang.
Jay Kim.
Christiana Flaherty.
Ryan Cheong Min.
Segundo Pangan.
Din Yu Xiao.
Taylor Bythewood Porter.
Chen Ling Chong.
Darlene Savala.
Leslie Caroline Acuna.
Sei Wong.
Aganishka Riskachaska.
Anne Flores.
Nina Maciel.
Anna Yakovleva.
Adam Weiland.
Zhengchen Li.
Juicy Tausta.
Leica Ulupano.
Sam Mihok.
Jomje Sri Samburananut.
Han Hao. Hi. I think I can.
Dongyun Park.
Adam Markey.
Allison Shoemaker.
Rachel Perlman.
Nicoletta Polara.
Brittany Height.
Alicia Alex.
Nikki Meir.
Lauren Cook.
Annie Arcuri.
Lauren Coriel.
Justin Hall.
Lauren Rios.
Andrea Sargent.
Alexandra Ofstedal.
Deanna Permar.
Ariana Inez Brown.
Victoria De Valentin Myra.
Margaret Casey.
Omar Turner.
Nuri Richards Norell. Nabi Arjmandi. Earl Hall. Sawmill Donkar. Tin Shun Pong. Tetsuyuki Ohashi. Shi Wen Tang. Zhou Sheng. Shuming Li. Peng Yu Chen. Chong Chong Ku. Abigail Mungia. Okay. Apichaya Jipata Nodam. Adrian Miranda. Hanatosh Baria.
Everyone, please, a round of applause for all of our graduates. It is now my pleasure to reintroduce Dr. Gloria Willingham-Touré, who will provide the charge to the graduates. Dr. Willingham-Touré, we are proud you are a CGU graduate, and we are thankful for your many contributions to the university. Will you please step forward to deliver your remarks?
Wow, graduates, congratulations. So come on, graduates, you know the story. Let's tell the whole wide world we're from Claremont territory. You've reached a milestone in your life. There lies behind you, but still with you, your past. There lies beside you, your present. And there lies ahead of you, your future. Now, these three socially constructed dimensions of your life are interconnected in ways that we still do not really understand. But what we do understand is that because your past, your present, and your future have now become intertwined with CGU, CGU is now a part of you. Tell the story. Ready or not, we are now like family, and you will feel our presence in your life when you least expect it. The world will see us through you. I must remind you that to the rest of the world, beyond the walls of CGU, you are a reflection of what is perceived as higher education. Many will look to you as the expert, even in areas that you may know less about than you care to admit. In the words of my ancestors, be careful so you're not perceived as an educated fool. There will be times when you will feel empowered by the degree that you hold, and there will be other times when you will feel inadequate to address some of the most obvious problems. Just know that and keep on learning. There will be times when you will be challenged to find your place in today's world, to find your world. And for many of you, the challenge will be to bring your world into the full view of the worlds of others. Through it all, remember that to many, you are the voice of educated reasoning. That reasoning must be continuously moved forward. There is so much more to learn. Always remember that there are those who will not have the privilege of moving forward unless you move forward. In the paraphrased words of renowned poet Dr. Maya Angelou, you are the rainbow in someone's cloud. I challenge you as members of this CGU family to climb to your greatest heights. Some of you will climb by leaps and bounds, and others will have a slower, more measured journey, but you will climb. You have an obligation now well beyond yourself, and that obligation is my charge to you. Always find a way to lift others as you climb. Congratulations and welcome to the CGU family. God bless you. Now go out there and show them what you got. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Will the banner carriers from each school please come forward and retrieve your school's banner if you have not done so? You've done so, okay. Members of the class of 2017, your involvement with CGU does not end today. Rather, today we start a new chapter together. You remain part of our community, and we invite you to join with us and with the alumni who have gone before you in building a university that continues to make the world a better place through research, teaching, and practice. The audience is cordially invited to participate in the receptions provided for our graduates and their guests that will be held at the various schools as listed in the commencement program. Please keep the aisles clear so the graduates may exit and meet you at the school's reception. Thank you for attending the 90th Annual Commencement for the awarding of higher degrees at Claremont Graduate University is now officially closed.